Okay, Magda, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Hello.
Hey, how are you today? Okay.
Yeah, everything is fine. Thank you.
Good. So let's
We
go
can-
straight to it. Ready?
Yeah, we can start, of course. The first story is about Nasza Klasa. I remember when I was in the primary school and it was boom for Nasza Klasa. Everyone had account there.
Yes.
And after 15 years, Nasza Klasa ceases to exist, surrenders to Facebook and LinkedIn. The Nasza Klasa portal, established by UW students at its
Warsaw, University of Warsaw.
Warsaw University, as at its peak had 14 million active users. However, it lost out to LinkedIn and Facebook and was visited by just over 1 million people in the last weeks of operations.
So you were one of the users, I guess. When is the last time you looked at Nasza Klasa?
Oh my God. I think that in the beginning of high school,
Wow.
I think.
Okay.
So it was
there
about 10 years ago.
Okay. So that's the reason it's not existing. Yeah, Facebook and LinkedIn crushed them. Okay, that's life. That's a big loss for Axel Springer, who had bought it, a big German media group, but they've shut it down yesterday. Anyway, okay, c'est la vie. Next story.
Escola raising 4 million zlotys crowdfunding. Escola, which creates web and mobile applications, has launched a crowdfunding initiative on Crowd Connect to raise 4 million zlotys for the development and creation of new digital products and for acquisitions of IT companies.
Yeah, so they're tapping into the crowdfunding trend or phenomenon. We need to do a story about crowdfunding platforms in Poland. I think that'll be an interesting story. So Escola, again, doing acquisitions in the IT space. I do want to come back to the Crowd Connect and the general crowdfunding platform. Maybe we'll save that for another story in the future. Okay, next story, medical, please.
Utro Medical emerges to challenge Polish medical market with software approach. Utro has just obtained 27 million zlotys from investors and promises to create a network of clinics of the future.
Of course, Utro meaning tomorrow in Polish, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys are approaching this from an IT perspective. They're saying, look, the founder of this got frustrated at a medical clinic, how long it took, and the doctors and the nurses were filling in paperwork all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're going to apply IT solutions to that process of the admin process so the doctors can focus on what they do best, treating the patients. Interesting. So you're seeing now IT tech hit the medical sector very big. 27 million zlotys raised, pretty serious money in Poland. Interesting to see how they develop. So we'll check back in for sure on Utro Medical sometime soon. Okay, next story.
Oh, I see that we come back to the electromobility.
Yes.
Izera electric car factory to be built in Jaworzno near Katowice. The same passed an act which is to facilitate the takeover of land in Jaworzno from the state forests. The Polish electric car factory Izera is to build here.
Okay, so let me go out on a limb. This is not going to work. This is going to fail. This is a Polish government initiative to have a electric car factory, partially to solve the problems of the coal miners in in Silesia, in southern Poland. They are cleverly, of course, outsourcing a lot of production to Volkswagen and to Ford, but they're already a year late in the production process. But look, the huge competition on electric cars, Tesla, Volkswagen, Porsche, BMW, Toyota, go down the huge global competition, electric cars. They're not going to make it work with the Polish government. Come on, no government's going to build cars better than private enterprise. But we got to wait. We're going to be a 1 or 2 billion zlotys down the drain, but we'll wait a couple more years till they close it. Okay, next story.
Swedish Habia Cable expands Polish production with new harnessing factory. The current 2,900 square meter production area will be expanded to almost 5,000 square meter and open up possibilities for further expansion in the future. The new factory will be located in Doluje, just outside of Szczecin in northwest Poland.
Well, good news for Szczecin in northwest Poland. I think that area needs lots of new investment. You've got a bit of Danish and Swedish and German investment up there. But I think Szczecin in that region needs to be doing a whole lot more to attract investment into the region. This particular day, good news for them. Okay, next story.
Oh, this is very interesting story. Enchanting magic garden for the blind to open in Warsaw. An enchanting new garden of senses will be built to benefit blind children at a school just outside Warsaw.
This is pretty cool. They're spending about 700,000 zlotys on this project, and they were talking
Mhm.
about doing different things like tactile things to feel for blind. But what they did after the research and talking to many of them was they wanted simply to be in a garden, in a very open area with nature. And so what
Mhm.
they're doing is creating essentially what they call a magic garden. Great idea. You know,
Mhm.
people want just simple nature, right?
Mhm.
So interesting idea. So hopefully we'll go there, check it out sometime.
Yeah. Next story, Be Safe and Compensa, part of WIG Poland, transform digitally with Accor 8. Accor 8, fresh from a $30 million investment round in June, announced its collaboration to enhance their pricing process. With this new milestone, InsurTech Accor 8 continues to expand its European footprint with 7 countries to date.
Yeah, so the significance of this is InsurTech and FinTech, huge globally, getting bigger, going to keep coming very strong, attacking existing models, attacking and solving problems in the insurance world, banking world. But look, $30 million investment round in June. They're loaded up with capital. We'll see how they expand across all of Europe. But Poland is simply one of their stops in a European expansion. Will be fun to watch how Accor 8 does. And of course, Vienna Insurance Group, VIG, big in Poland and is important to VIG, the Polish market. So we'll see how that develops as well and check back in a month or so. Okay, next story, Magda.
PG&IG to buy more US LNG from Venture Global and support Arthur deal. Venture Global LNG is building an export facility in Louisiana and has proposed 3 others. PG&IG separately terminated an offtake deal with Sempra that was tied to a delayed liquefaction project in Texas.
So look, Sempra has been selling huge contracts, LNG, liquefied natural gas into Poland, shipping it from Texas for the liquidation, the reliquefaction plant near Szczecin, Uste. So, but Sempra was delayed on the LNG project in Texas or Louisiana. And so Venture Global has stepped in. Venture Global already has a very long-term contract with Poland. I think it's 28 years for this. So, but the geopolitical issue here is, of course, Russia once again, energy once again. So the U.S. LNG plants are exporting huge amounts into Europe and into Poland. So good news for U.S. LNG and LNG producers. Interesting how that will continue to develop. We'll see a lot more gas coming into Poland from the U.S. markets. Okay, next story and last story.
Yeah. Made in Poland, frigates will strengthen Polish Navy capability, says MOD. A deal for the purchase of 3 Miecznik swordfish multi-role frigates was signed in the presence of Defense Minister Mariusz Błaszczak in Gdynia.
So we're going to keep talking about defense and the money involved in the defense industry in Poland, both the procurement side of it, but also the actual, physical battleships and things, which this is. But we'll be able to follow this a lot. It's a big business opportunity. I still think that many people are missing it on the procurement side, the supply side, big opportunities in that space. We'll keep watching it. We'll keep following it. And hopefully no one will ever have to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, done for the day?
Yeah, done for the day. We will see tomorrow.
Great. See you tomorrow morning. Thanks, Magda. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.